In 1779, a British textile worker called Ned Ludd smashed some primitive textile machines owned by his employers. Over the following decades, as more textile machines began to appear in factories across Britain, a movement began to grow in his name, fueled by workers unhappy that these machines were reducing the number of jobs available. For these so-called Luddites, the advancing technology did not necessarily result in better conditions for the workers. Things were much better in the good old days before technology came and destroyed the jobs they'd done for generations. Fast forward 2 centuries, and although in most countries workers' rights have gotten a lot better, the same worries still surface. If the aim of AI is to create artificial humans, then surely this will mean our jobs will soon be replaced by more machines. Well, here we can learn from history, as technology is nothing new. Firstly, how many of these jobs that are done today are the same as they were a couple of hundred years ago? Even those jobs that existed back then have mostly changed beyond recognition. For example, the technology that is now used in farming across the world hasn't eliminated the need for farmers. The arrival of the plough many centuries ago didn't put farmers out of a job. It just allowed them to farm more land in the same time, creating more food for the hungry population. In the 1960s, when ATMs were first introduced, newspapers wrote of how these new machines would put countless bank tellers out of work. But in fact, what happened was that the bank workers, freed from having to hand out $20 notes all day, were able to concentrate on the parts of their job that machines simply couldn't do, the human tasks of dealing with an individual's financial problems. But what if AI teaches computers how to do these human tasks? Well, firstly, there are many researchers who doubt that this will ever be possible. But even if it is, then we're talking decades, not years, before the first ones even arrive in the labs. In the meantime, AI will continue to help humanity, not replace humanity. Just like IDLE, the product I work on, and its augmented intelligence technology, computers should enable humans to make a more informed decision, not take the decision away from them. And here's the real heart of the situation with AI. For all the advances in AI technology, there are still, and I believe there always will be, things that humans do best. Our creativity and empathy, our judgment and compassion mean that we're not on the way out just yet. Anyway, get back to your job. I'm afraid you don't get out of work that easily.